Hello and welcome. You are watching Nonsense Talk News and I am Pallab Ghosh with you. Let's take an update on the present IndiGo Airlines cancellation crisis. Well, as you all know, in spite of the assurance by the IndiGo, the flight remained cancelled on Sunday also. Over 250 flights remained cancelled. According to the IndiGo Airlines, the entire reason of the crisis is predominantly because of the FDTL regulations brought by the government in 2024. Well, there are arguments on that side also, as well as on this side also, both the sides. And I will be talking about both the sides eventually. But let me first take you through the FDTL rules. What exactly? According to old rule 2019, a pilot was given 36 hours of rest. According to new rule, a pilot will have to be given 48 hours of consecutive hours of rest. That is 2 days consecutive first off. Well, another very important point is fatigue mandated system. Now, in previous rule, that is 2019, this was not mandatory. So it was upon the airlines companies whether to allow them the fatigue mandated system or not. But in new, that is 2024-25 rule, this has become mandatory. According to IndiGo, the exact shortage of pilots is 935 pilots in command. They are short of this 935 pilots, which is pretty big number. And 2005 first officers short. Now, this is a good number, and because of this shortage, as they say, because of the FDTL rules and regulations, is one of the main reasons behind this crisis. Well, this is IndiGo's version, this is IndiGo's argument. But however, we cannot accept the harassment that was being caused to the passengers. Passengers have paid for the tickets and they are supposed to get the services. They are supposed to get all the services they deserve. And this is exactly what the government has told IndiGo, come what may, you have to resolve this situation. Well, another reason is, according to IndiGo, they have 2,422 first priority, that is captains, and 2,153, that is second priority, that is first officers. A big question that arises is, the FDTL rules and regulations had come in 2024 or little before that. What was the IndiGo doing all through these months? Couldn't they have a roster? Couldn't they prepare a roster? Couldn't they recruit fresh pilots, new pilots? Couldn't they initiate a timeline, a plan B in such a situation? This is one of the points. Second point, if IndiGo knew that this kind of situation was coming up, this kind of situation was in the offing, I'm sure IndiGo knew about this. Third and most important, when IndiGo knew that the flights would not take off on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, on Sunday, perhaps next week also, then why did IndiGo not issue an advisory or send a message to the passengers who were supposed to board their flights, that flights were cancelled because of so and so reasons? Was IndiGo taking fun, having fun at the plight of the passengers? Sound blunt, but I have to ask this, because after watching the entire attitude of the IndiGo Airlines, it seems that IndiGo was having fun at the plight of the passengers. The passengers didn't have any idea, and they had come to the airport and got stranded. Now the most important point is, when IndiGo saw that this kind of situation has happened, passengers are stranded for hours, and they knew that flight won't take place. They knew that there will be no flights, though they kept on giving cock and bull stories that yes, flight will take place after 6 hours, after 7 hours, after 8 hours, but they knew the fact. We saw a couple of stories, very pathetic stories, very sad stories that came up at the airports. One of them, of course, was a father, a poor father who was running from pillar to post for a sanitary napkin, a pad for his daughter, who was profusely bleeding. And IndiGo cut a sorry face. There were medicines, lack of medicines. Every day, passengers are expecting that flights would take place, and at the end of the day, after hours, the airlines officials tell them that no flight will not take place, and perhaps they don't have any idea, they don't have any clue when the flights will take place. And as a result, they are waiting at the airport indefinitely. IndiGo will have to answer to this harassment. I'm glad Government of India, Civil Aviation Minister, Home Minister has intervened into this, and now IndiGo has understood that what they had done, perhaps they could have averted this if they had acted a little before. Now, of course, we have a clarification, we have an apology from the CEO of the IndiGo Airlines, but that doesn't mean that they get through with what they have done to the passengers, and they will have to pay for this. Many passengers are furious, they are angry, they are screaming at the airport, they are saying that we will take airlines to the court, we will see an end to this. And well, now those passengers who have been facing harassment, who are stranded, who really don't know what to do, where to go, how to approach, they have a way to claim the compensations. They are liable to compensations, and of course they are liable to other amenities like refreshment, meals, which of course the Civil Aviation Minister, after visiting the airport, had told IndiGo to serve meal and refreshment to the passengers, apart from other amenities to the passengers. But I will be coming to that later. Let me just take you through the helplines that were issued by the DGCA. The helpline numbers are 011 2461 0843, 011 2469 3833, 0965 0391859. I repeat, 011 2461 0843, 011 2469 3899, 0965 0391859. I will give these number in the description box. Criteria: what are the rules and regulations to claim your compensations? 1. If your flight gets cancelled and you are intimated between 2 weeks and 2 hours, then the airlines will have to arrange for an alternative flight or give you full refund. 2. If you miss your connecting flight because of the lacuna of the airlines, here the IndiGo, then, and you are intimated about this 24 hours prior to your flight, then you will get a full refund or an alternative flight to your destination plus 10,000 rupees as compensation, a penalty on the airlines. 3. If your flight is late, delayed by 2 to 6 hours, then you will get full meal and refreshment. But if your flight is delayed by over 6 hours, then you will get full refund. Mind you, you will get full refund of your ticket. Or the airlines will have to arrange for an alternative flight to take you to your destination. And lastly, in such cases, many passengers often complain that they have lost their baggages, they have lost their luggages, they were damaged. In such a case, the airlines will have to pay you a penalty. And all this you can claim on the go.indigo.in/. I repeat, their website is go.indigo.in/. Well, it's not clear when this entire crisis will be over, though government is trying their best. The Civil Aviation Minister has intervened after Home Minister has asked him to do so, and the Civil Aviation Minister had made it clear to the IndiGo officials that this will not be tolerated, cannot go on like this. They will have to make a breakthrough, they will have to make alternate arrangements, and passengers will have to be sent to their destinations. Passengers cannot be harassed like this. Big respite to the passengers. The alternative airlines, the other airlines, and they had increased the rate of the tickets. So if you are traveling to other states, you had to pay a hefty amount for the tickets, which usually is not so expensive. Thankfully, the Civil Aviation Minister have intervened into this and capped the ticket prices. Well, more on the IndiGo flight cancellation crisis in the coming days. Keep watching Nonsense Talk News with me, Pallab Ghosh, signing off. Be safe, stay safe.